at customers' accounts, make sure that their fraudulent use of their account.
This clip here perfectly reminds me of one of my students I have particularly in my mind, but basically all of the guys I'm talking to or the guys coming to me are acting like this guy in the clip. When they ask about their profession, when they ask about their job, they give him basically the tasks as they would do in a job interview, and it's boring for the girl, especially if you're not interested in this field, especially if you don't have any clue about this field. It gets dragged out and you're just waiting for your turn. Imagine the following scenario. A girl talks to you about makeup. She's a makeup artist and starts to talk about her profession in a boring way, like what she's doing, etc., and you're about to, falling asleep because you have no clue about makeup. It's not interesting for you. Actually, it's boring to you, and you're like, okay, when she's stopping finally. The thing is, on the other hand as well, when you're talking to females, they want to be picked up in that story. They want to be picked up in a way of, oh, where do I see myself? Where is a hook point I can jump into this conversation? Because it's like, okay, cool, And that was basically it. So always remember as well, guys, to stimulate a woman emotionally by your story. So my student was a full-time student of law and did a side job as a teacher, a part-time job. As a German teacher, a job center for disadvantaged families, disadvantaged people coming, from all over the world. And every time when he was asked what he's doing, he just told them, oh, I'm a German teacher. So we made up for the following story. When he was asked, again, by another girl, hey, what you're doing? You know, I work the second most hated job on earth. What we're doing here in particular, like in any good movie, in any good book, we amp up the excitement, we create tension and kind of force her to ask further, because she will be even more interested now to find out what we are doing. And you can continue by saying, you know, I'm sure you hated it when you were there as a kid. And then we can start even sexualizing this. Oh my God, I knew it. I knew you were such a bad student, such a bad girl. I imagine sitting in the last row. And if I would have been your teacher, would have driven me crazy, sending all those warnings after warnings to you, and would have called you into meetings to give you a chance to maybe make it up for it. And you can play this role play, this sexual role play. What you can do as well, you can DHV yourself. I teach children and families who come from war zones, the German language, to give them prospects for the future in our country. And trust me, this story, this short story with passion, with expression of feelings, of emotions, swiped girls away. The ability of storytelling basically kept women interested and more engaged. And let's say you're in the same situation as my student, you're studying something, and besides you have a work, then of course what is more appealing to a girl, especially to older girls who look for a guy who is some sort of financial stable, who stands with both feet in his life, then of course a job as a teacher is more appealing to her than saying, hey, I'm a student. Even if it's part-time, you know, you have to learn how to communicate things in a better way, how to decorate things. Let's say you're jobless, you're neither a student nor have a work. You won't say that you're jobless. You would say, I'm on the way finding myself. As girls would say as well, no girl I've ever met said I'm jobless. Or what you can say, for example, the job you're striving for, what is your goal in life, you know? And even if you don't have this job yet, girls reward the ambition. Girls reward a guy who is disciplined, who is ambitious, who has a goal in life and wants and does everything to achieve this goal. For example, you can say, hey, I want to become a criminal attorney. This is my passion I'm striving for, because since I was a little kid, I always watched those shows. And it always struck me somehow. And maybe the girl will jump in. You have maybe something in common. If she says, oh, I used to watch this show as well, or I always wanted to become this, I always wanted to become that.